I've seen others post on Facebook and elsewhere that they will put together sets of flyer. Maybe not original sets, but certainly, good engines, cars, track, transformer, and they'll find ways to get those in the hands of people who are in the hobby. And a few weeks back, it dawned on me I had enough stuff, enough doubles, triples, quadruples of good engines and cars and transformers and track that I ought to try this. And the holidays are coming up, and so what have I got to lose? I went to Facebook, my personal account, and did a little video, and I just said, hey, if there's anyone that would like to have a train to run around your Christmas tree, let me know. I'll work with you. I've got just what you need. And I said something like, budget friendly or something like that. And then a week or two after that, I took two what I would call sets that I'd made up, along with a loop of track and a simple transformer to work with me. And at break time, I set it up. And what was really fun to see was once I started the train in motion, the American Flyer Choo Choo kind of just drew people. And so I had kind of given a heads up to one or two people that, hey, this is going to happen during break. And then others just showed up. It was really fun to see. And people were generally pleased and excited to see an antique train puff and smoke and running around a desk or a table. And it started people asking questions, so I got to talk about what Flyer is, a little bit about the history, about how, here we have these toys that are 50, 60 years old. They still run really good. And then out of that, I've had 3 different people ask me to put together a set for them. And so it's been such a great time because it just kind of it spurs on the hobby, because what we're doing is we're getting trains in front of people that don't have any in their homes probably. And if they're having family home for the holidays, which is kind of the case in each circumstance that I've been involved with at work, you've got multiple generations being exposed to American Flyer trains. And so I would just encourage those of you that find yourselves with maybe duplicates, especially if it's more common items that probably you're not going to find a very good market for, consider doing something like this. Now everything that I put together for people, I thoroughly clean. So, it takes me hours to do this because obviously I go through the engines and the tenders and I do a mechanical cleanup and inspection and repair and lubrication. And I do cosmetic clean up of everything. I do that for any cars that are involved. If they're lit cars, I like to make sure everything works. Sometimes I do some extra things there. And then with the track, I'm cleaning all the track. I'm cleaning the rail heads, the sides of the rail. I'm cleaning the pins. I'm cleaning the ties. And then after I've got all that done, I actually assemble everything and I run the trains around it, double checking the track just to make sure, it's not twisted or warped. And then I also use some CRC. I put that down on the rail head as I'm running trains, again, just to get the track in the best possible shape I can for future customers. Next, I turn my attention to a power source. Again, I've got all these transformers, and so I hook one up to a meter, check the cord. If it all looks good, then I find some wire. I'll either put special attachments on the end of the wire and screw those into the transformer so it's just almost permanent. Then I also will take a little bit of solder and I'll solder up the ends of the wires so they don't fray. I'll get a track clip, make sure it's in good working order, and then that is what I put together and put it on the floor. And like I said, I run trains, and I run them for half hour to an hour, and just make sure everything's good. Then I re-clean the track after, again, this is after putting down some CRC and running trains. I re-clean the railhead and package everything up in a box. After I've done all that, I put together a video, and it's kind of long. It's about 18 minutes, but I go through some of the basic steps of caring for your flyer, assembling track, how to hook up a transformer, how to put smoke fluid in a steam engine, just where to put a little bit of lubrication after you bring it out of storage. Just trying to think ahead. If I were new to the hobby and I wanted to have this train for Christmas each year, what would I need to know? And who knows, it could be that these trains around the Christmas tree prove to be such a hit that there'll be interest in adding two, or adding a second, or adding accessories, or, doing what each of us probably remembers experiencing. It's like, we got a train set. We loved the train set. We played with the train set, ran the wheels off the train set, and then we're like, hey, is there something else I can add to it? So who knows? I hopefully am planting some seeds, and this is something that if you haven't tried doing in your community, please do. I would also say that I kind of went back and forth with, do I just give this stuff away, or do I put a value to it? And I decided to actually put a value to it. Now, am I getting out of it what it's potentially worth? Usually no. But I think there's something to say, here's what's your budget is kind of how I start the conversation with people that are interested. And I'll say, and they'll be like, well, I don't know. And I'll say, well, for $50, I can get you this. And it'll be, like a 300 with 2 cars and a caboose and a circle of track and a transformer. So a good set, but pretty basic. And I said, for $75, we can get you an engine with smoke and chuff, a couple cars, and maybe that's a 302 as an example. And then I could say, or for $100, we can go up to a little bit bigger engine and a couple passenger cars. And so that's where like this 282, a couple passenger cars come into play. And then of course, as I talk with the individual, I'll ask questions like, do you want something that's going to be, lit that goes under the Christmas tree? Is that kind of your primary goal? Do you want to have some cars that maybe you can put some different things in them, or your grandkids could put stuff in them? And those are the kinds of questions I ask, and then I just put stuff together. So anyhow, it's just been so much fun, and to see how, like I said, how adults get excited about this is super, super rewarding. So what do you think? Would you like to try doing something like this? Here's a couple other thoughts. If we're promoting something, we really want to do the best we possibly can. So that's why I'm thinking about presentation. It's not just getting some old train stuff that may or may not work. I mean, I'm trying to do everything I can to create a good experience for these people that are going to be excited about receiving this train set. So a little bit of thought, of course, about the cleanup of the individual items, and then the presentation, and then the support that goes with it. So I'm also including some smoke fluid, and I'm putting a little label on the bottom of each of the cars just saying, hey, here's who I am if you need to get a hold of me. And I've got a couple of business cards that I had made up, and so I'll throw those in as well. So again, just kind of this wraparound idea. We want people to have a great experience with American Flyer. We want this to whet the appetite for generations to come. But just like American Flyer did originally, we want to offer support. We want to have a good product that's at least in the best shape we can get it in. So a couple thoughts. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. I hope you're inspired. And if you get a chance, I'd invite you to try this. Let me know what you think and how it works for you. Until next time, take care, God bless, and we'll see you. Enjoy those American Flyer trains. Or maybe I should say enjoy finding new homes for those American Flyer trains this holiday season. Take care. Bye-bye.